Let me show you how to not wreck your wrists and grow your triceps with the close grip bench press. All right, guys, step one to having gigantic triceps is gonna be drinking out of this shaker cup. Now, that's just some adaptogen by Morphogen. We just finished a hard chest and shoulder workout, and now I'm gonna get into some education videos for you guys. So, what we wanna start here with is this close grip bench press. Now, as a young bodybuilder, I did this all the time, and I was guilty of it, and I see so many people in the gyms these days doing it wrong. And the main thing they're doing wrong is the spacing of their hands, right? So I'm gonna slide back here so you can see. Most people think close grip, they gotta get in really close and narrow, right? Or they think, oh, I'm close grip and they're here. That's a bench press. This is wrecking my wrists. And in my opinion, the best way to target your triceps for a close grip bench press is gonna be true shoulder width. So most people aren't aware biomechanically of shoulder width. So if you look at me standing tall, that is shoulder width for me, right? Not here, but right there. So you can see that. Now, how does that transfer when I sit back and grab the bench, bar on the bench? Let me show you. So on a close grip bench press, here's where most people grab it. They see that center knurling, they get right here. Now, look where that hits on my body in relation to my actual shoulder girdle, or meaning what my natural shoulder width is. Now, I'm gonna show you what a bad rep looks like, right? You see how that puts me impinged? Look at my wrists. That is not natural. I cannot push weight. I am not strong. This is not how you grow huge fucking triceps. So let me show you. The next thing, most people think, oh, well, the knurling starts here, so on a close grip, I have to put the butt of my hand on the knurling. Again, on rack. You see how that's inside of my shoulder width? So again, wrong for me and my structure. Let's try it again. Now, how I used to do this is I'd take my arms at shoulder width, I'd flop them back on the bar. Now, Chad, zoom in and I want you to see where that hits on the knurling. Now, all I have to do is just drop my hands under and look at that. Now on rack, you can see how that I have my wrists stacked directly over my shoulders. Now, for me, I like to take a thumbless grip on these. It just feels good, so suicide grip. You don't have to do that if you don't feel safe, but this has always felt great for me for triceps. Now, all I'm doing is lowering this to my pecs. Now, again, you see the relation to the bar into my pecs? I'm not going all the way down to touch my chest because that's gonna start getting chest and shoulders. I need to keep this isolated on my triceps. So here, bam. Here, bam. Now, next, I wanted you guys to start thinking about how a close grip bench press works and why it does and how we can nail the tricep with it. So if you look, all that is I'm folding my wrists towards my front delt, right? So I'm here. Guess what that is? A skull crusher, right? Wrist towards the front delt. So I'm just lowering my elbow with this, but at the same time, I'm still, all that is just a fancy skull crusher under more load. So let me sit back and show you from the side so you can see what I'm talking about. All right, so watch this. All I'm doing is letting my wrists fold towards my front delt, up. This is tricep. If I wanted to press it, I flare my elbows and press up, right? So that is chest. Close to your bench press, I'm folding under, here. You see that elbow pass? Skull crusher, like here, versus a press where I'm gonna fold out and up. That's my pecs. Even with a close grip, that's my pecs, versus here. All right, guys, there you have it. The basics of how to operate, form, and function with the close grip bench press. Now, how do we put this bad boy into practice? For me, all day long, this exercise falls at minimum second in rotation, ideally third or fourth. Because what I want to think about, if I'm pressing heavy for chest, I don't want to have to load this bad boy up with shitloads of weight. So for example, when I was really hammering close grip bench press, I could get 315 for 8 to 12 reps, depending upon where I put it in my tricep workout. I don't want to have to handle that kind of load every week if I'm pressing heavy as well for my pecs. This is going to be too much wear and tear on the elbow, especially if I'm doing heavy skull crushers as well. So what I like to do is I like to structure it later in the workout. So second, ideally third or fourth in my tricep day. And then sets and reps, I like to go a little bit lower. So I know for arms, I've preached to you guys 12 to 15, 12 to 20, 10 to 20. For close grip bench press, I like anywhere between 6 and 12. And honestly, I like it really slow and controlled and deliberate, right? So here, lower, 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 slight pulse, up, squeeze. Lower, 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 slight pulse, up, squeeze. That's how I like a close grip bench press to look. Because at the end of the day, like I talked to you guys about, I want you to think about making the lightest weight feel heavy, right? So I can make 225 feel like 315 if I've done it later in the rotation when my triceps are really burnt to shit, or by really lowering the negative slowly, pausing for a slight count, and then driving up and get a hard flex. So let me just lay out a full tricep workout of how I program this. I'm gonna start with a rope push down, 2 or 3 working sets of 12 to 15. Next, then I might go into a dip on a machine and do probably like a rest pause set, a cluster set, something with a lot of intensity to get a lot of blood in my tricep. Then I'm gonna come over and do the close grip bench press. I'm gonna do probably a top set and a back off set, or I might do a triple drop set. If I worked up to 3 plates, I'm gonna go 1 plate, 2 plate, 3 plate, and I'm gonna finish up with some type of contraction exercise, maybe a one-armed supinated pull down or press down, however you wanna say that, and really smoke my triceps. So if you look at that, it's a little bit more higher volumed approach for arms, as you guys like I know, but on the same time, I'm still using the core and the base exercise that I love. So a cable push down, a dip, a close grip bench press as a mass builder, and then finishing up with a contraction. There you have it, guys, close grip bench press, how to program it, how to do it properly, and an excellent tool to add to your exercise library. And until next time, like, share, and subscribe. Triceps TV.